If you take care of the land will take care of you. This motto has served the Griffith family well for over 100 years on their farm in Lothian, Maryland.
Here at Griffith Family Produce, I'm the 5th generation. My great-great-grandfather purchased this property, which we've been farming ever since. Our primary crop used to be tobacco until the early 2000s.
After going through the state's tobacco buyout program, the Griffiths focused on grain and hay production. In 2015, Kayla returned from college with her master's degree, planning to one day take over the farm.
It's a wonderful thing to have Kayla working on the farm with me. She brings a lot to the table. She's a smart girl, and it's really a wonderful thing.
Besides her degree, she also has the kind of experience you can only get from being a farm kid.
Growing up on the farm, I was expected to do every task that everyone else was doing. From driving tractors to loading hay. Even when I was little, I would hang tobacco. There was no difference between what I had to do and what the men had to do. I was treated the same.
Along the way, she learned some valuable lessons too.
On our farm, every generation has been integral in teaching the next generation. When my father was little, he spent a lot of time with his grandfather. And then when I was young, I spent a lot of time with my grandfather, learning how to farm and learning to be outside and loving nature. I have a master's in agronomy, and while that has been extremely useful and I really enjoyed learning, my dad has still been able to teach me so much more about farming and appreciating the land than I could ever learn from a textbook.
Yeah, it's gonna rain. That'll be good for the beans. Yeah.
She's brought a lot of new ideas and concepts back to the farm. You know, sometimes it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks, but it's working out.
In 2017, Kayla reopened the family's produce stand, and now she's experimenting with different fruits and veggies. One of her favorites? Watermelon.
I grow a lot of seedless watermelons, and I really like to grow some of the smaller varieties of watermelons. They're really good for people who have smaller refrigerators or live in apartments and they don't have to buy a very large watermelon. We even grow a melon that was developed in Anne Arundel County in the 1700s that you cannot find in the grocery store.
Once harvested, the melons quickly make their way to the farm stand.
Buying produce at a stand versus the grocery store helps you to support a small farmer. You could be helping to pay for their farming operation. You could be helping to support them in their next generation on the farm.
And Kayla is part of that next generation. Also, as the first woman in her family to take over the farm, she's part of a growing trend in agriculture.
Historically, women have been very involved on the farm. But what's changing now is women are becoming primary operators, making management decisions, and even being involved in organizations outside of the farm.
Just as the Griffiths transitioned out of growing tobacco 2 decades ago, Kayla foresees more changes in the farm's future.
For now, I'd like to maintain our current farming operations where we're growing produce and continuing to grow corn, soybeans, wheat, and hay. I might like to expand to do more pick-your-own in the future, possibly doing pick-your-own sunflowers. I enjoy having different types of people onto the farm for agritourism events to welcome them here and explain our love for the land.
With her ideas, education, and experience, it sounds like the Griffith family farm is in good hands.
With Kayla coming back to the farm to take over, we feel it's a wonderful thing. I really am proud of her, and I think that she'll do a wonderful job to continue the farm for future generations.